what is the name Lemcado? It's a lemon and an avocado put together. And it's basically after my grandparents.
Okay.
Because they have lemon and avocado ranches. So I know that it sounds weird, but there's like a lengthy story behind it. But lemon and avocado.
Welcome to the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Show, where we chat with local wedding vendors. I'm Josh from Evermoore Films, the host of the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Show, also the home of the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Directory, where we have over 1,000 local wedding vendors listed in the Central California area. Let's get into today's show. Today we're talking with Daniella from Lemcado, who runs a local venue here in town, and she's part of our vendor directory as well. Thanks for being on the show, Danielle.
Hi, Josh. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, well, my name is Daniella, as you said, and I'm with Lemcado, and I basically oversee, and I'm the owner of Lemcado. We are a new venue to Bakersfield. I originally started Lemcado in 2016 and went through plan check and all the rules and all those things that are so lovely to go through sometimes.
Right.
We officially opened in 2019. So right when COVID hit, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it was a challenge, but we made it through and we're striving and keep going on. So yeah, we're an inside outside venue. So we have both. We are zoned. We are supposed to be where we are. So we're not like in a neighborhood. A lot of people call and will ask me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great because actually we can go a little later because we are in an industrial area. I don't know if you know the Melodrama. Shout out to Melodrama.
Oh, yeah.
They're right
It's
down the
Bakersfield.
street.
We know the Melodrama.
Yeah, exactly. So we are on the same street. So we kind of have the party street, if you will.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Just going for a Melodrama, then come to the wedding, or vice versa.
Exactly. Wedding and then Melodrama. Have another show.
Sometimes the same thing.
Right? It's all good.
Right.
As long as we're having fun, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, totally. That is fun. So I know that you guys are a little bit of a newer venue. I mean, 2019 is not super new, but you haven't been around for 20 years. So
no, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get into the wedding industry? How did you get into a venue? What was the spark that was like, we should open a venue? Because so many people have this crazy idea, we should open a venue.
I know.
So tell me about that.
Well, it started with my kids, when they were getting married and going around, and myself too. Way back when, it's 20 plus years now, when I was looking for a venue, when my kids were looking for a venue, we wanted something that was both inside and outside. We didn't want to travel a lot, because like drinking and all that type of stuff. So it was back then, it was really difficult to find something and to bring in your own vendors. Like, everybody has friends everywhere. Bakersfield, I know, is getting bigger and bigger, but we all know someone somewhere. And sometimes you have, friends that want to, provide you a service for free because they're your friends. But if you're limited on who you can bring in, that causes a problem. But
if there's an exclusive vendor list and it's like, oh yeah, I can't bring my DJ buddy or my photographer buddy or whatever.
Exactly. Or if your uncle's a caterer, he can't cater, things like that. So when my kids were going through that, they experienced that. So it's kind of like, so I kept that in the back of my mind.
Okay.
My
it's good
family
to learn from experience.
Exactly. And it's like, oh, this and oh, that. And I wonder why. And now that I'm in the business, I understand why you can't bring in your own vendors. I get it now. So, but there are ways around it. I mean, yes, you have to have a license. Yes, you have to have insurance and all those things. But there are ways that you can still bring in those people. And we get that insurance and we get that kind of stuff for you. So we can help you through that process.
And I'll just jump in and say, I, as a business owner, appreciate that you're one of the less than 5 venues in Bakersfield that ask for insurance. I'm not going to name names, but there's less than 5. Not going to say how many less, but it's crazy to me that people don't ask for insurance.
It is, and it's not just to protect me as the venue. It's to
Right.
protect you as the consumer. Because, all right, what if Lemcado burns down? I just gave you all my money and I have all this, and now my dream is ruined and all this stuff. What
Right.
happens? Guess what? That insurance pays off. Just like
And
traveling.
oh yeah, yeah. And you think about, like you said, the insurance isn't for the venue. Like sure, it's that too, but it's for the
Yeah,
couples, because
exactly.
in the same way, if your ex vendor is not insured and something goes wrong at your wedding, it's like that insurance takes care of what went wrong. Whereas, it's like
Mhm.
if I, as the videographer, bring in lights and a guest gets drunk, trips on a light stand, knocks it over, hits somebody else in the head, et cetera, et cetera, these things that we never want to think about, like these things can and do happen sometimes. And if I
Yes.
was not insured, now this couple and me are like going to court to deal with this thing, instead of like, yep, that's fine, we have insurance, like obviously call the ambulance and take care of whoever needs to be
Mhm.
taken care of, but the insurance will
Right.
cover the bill, so we don't have to be stressed about that part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or, it's just peace of mind.
Yes.
And to be realistically, everybody thinks, wow, that's going to cost a lot. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
And they do base it on how many people and things like that, but it really doesn't. It's peace of mind, and
Yeah.
that's about us here at Lemcado. It's we're going to have your back. That is like the thing. We have your back
Yeah.
the whole way through, whether something drops. Like we've had situations where the caterer didn't show up
Oh
and
man.
they paid them. We didn't have anything to do with it, but we have a staff, we have a manager on site. She's jumping on the phone and calling everybody we know. Can you
Right.
help us? Can you help us? I mean, sometimes, yeah, it just boils down to pizza,
Right.
but guess what? We got it handled. It's on its way. You don't have to worry about it. We
Right.
have your back. It's that not stress thing. And then having that insurance, there you go. Now that money you paid for that caterer that didn't show up, and we can go from there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, wow, there's so many. We could talk about horror stories. There's all kinds of ways we can go with this, right?
I know, right?
We should
I
we,
know.
we should do horror stories later.
I know. We need to write a book.
Right?
Although
All
I
the
would
wedding vendors in Bakersfield could collectively write like an encyclopedia, I'm sure.
exactly, and then we could write even bigger love story book. And when
100%.
when it boils down, it's, I mean, to me, yes, when issues happen, that's when we go into hyper mode to fix problems. Because,
Yes.
you asked me the background of myself. I did heart surgeries. And so
Oh my gosh.
I personally didn't do heart surgeries. I worked with the heart surgeons. And
Okay.
so I was basically kind of doing what you're doing, video. So I did like ultrasound. So I would do echoes and things like that. So I was
Wow.
the eyes, trying to figure out what's going on. So my job was live or die, sink or swim.
Right.
If I screw my job up, it's not going to be a good outcome if I screw my job. So it was always, you need to be good at what you're doing, focus and make it right. And so sometimes, I need to back out because it's not life or death, but it's a forever memory.
Right.
You got to get it right. You have to make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
Yes.
And then maybe, because it's important. I mean, as you well know, when you're with these couples, when you start day one doing a tour, you kind of get a feeling. And then when they say, yes, we want to do this, it's now a relationship, because most of the time
Right.
we have them for a year, right? And you start, you see them all the time, you talk to them all the time, you get to know them, you gain relationships. For me,
Yeah.
being older, they're like my kids. Or I'm not going to say my grandkids now, because that's really going to put age on me. But
Right.
some of them, yes. But you get close to them, and
You want to take care of people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
being a venue, I just don't want to be, oh yeah, we got married over there. No, I want him to come back. It's like when they start having kids and things like that.
Yeah.
Baby showers, stuff, and what's so amazing is I get invited to the baby showers now.
Oh,
and I'm
that's fun.
so excited. Yeah. And it's like, I get to see the family grow, and it's like a relationship.
Yeah.
And you never want them to leave. And then once they're married and gone, it's like, bye. And I was like, oh no. I feel a sense of loss now.
Right.
But they all become family. Even the ones that have maybe, the caterer didn't show up. It's like we conquered it together.
Right. We
know
went through
mean?
the fire together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, their drama is my drama. That's how I look at it. I might not physically be here during the events, but I'm just a phone call away.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not only as the manager that we have here, it's me too. So you have, and it's not an easy job to run a venue. It takes a village, and I possibly couldn't do it all by myself. And we have amazing crews that help us. So
that is awesome. Well, for time's sake, let's go ahead and move to our break. And then when we come back, we will have some good nuggets. If you're planning a wedding in Central California, you have to check out the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Directory. We've built one of the most comprehensive directories for local wedding vendors in the Central California area. You can sort by county and by category, so you can find anything from hair and makeup to cake bakers to videographers, photographers. We have it all. Go check it out. It's free to use for brides, and if you're a vendor looking to get your name in front of couples who are engaged, go get yourself listed on the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Directory. It's free to join. We look forward to seeing you there at evermoorefilms.com. Click on the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Directory tab on the top and check it out.
Elegant, romantic, timeless. Choose a wedding film that brings back the goosebumps and butterflies from your wedding day. A wedding film you're proud to show family and friends. Reliable, affordable, convenient. Choose a wedding videographer that you can trust to do an amazing job, that can creatively work with your budget, that is easy to communicate with. A wedding day is made up of priorities unique to you. No matter your budget, you choose what's important to you. Have zero regrets as you plan the wedding celebration of your dreams. Get monthly payment plans with zero deposit, online contracts, free printables, vendor lists, and more. Choose a wedding film that you will cherish forevermore. Choose Evermoore Films.
Well, what would you describe as, the one unique thing that sets Lemcado apart from other venues?
I have a couple different answers to that question.
Okay, I like it.
So I would say it's the style of the venue, because I don't think that there's another venue that you can go, oh yeah, those look the same.
Yes.
In a sense, some, yes, but gosh, there's so many things. The inside and outside on both. You don't have, and I get this a lot from my clients or people who tour. It may look like just a building on the outside, but then once you get through our gates, it's like, oh,
yeah.
And then once they walk through the door, then it's like, wow, this is beautiful. And which, obviously makes me happy because I designed it, I built it. And, and some people, everything's on what the bride and the groom's vision is.
Right.
What they see. And I think when they come in, they say, wow, I love your bars. I think that's a little unique because not every venue has stationed bars, and we have two. So we have it outside and we have it inside.
Yeah.
So even if you say the package that you selected, everybody's budget's different. And the one thing about it is we try to work with everybody's budget.
That's great.
I mean, you may not have, $50,000, $100,000 to spend on a wedding, right?
Right. And we'll definitely dig into budget. Yeah. We'll definitely dig into budget in the second segment for sure.
Yeah, right. And so we can manipulate. So we can do it just outside and you still have beautiful area,
Right.
And then if you want to do your ceremony outside, there's not a lot of places that can do ceremony outside and then bring your reception inside. And then we also offer a flipping. So that sets us different from everybody else. So you could do your ceremony inside, take everybody outside, and then we flip it for the inside.
Right.
So
That's
yes,
cool.
it does cost a little bit, but not a lot, but we work within your budget. And I think not only our look sets us apart from everybody else. We have a team that works. We staff our venue, which I hear not a lot of venues do that. Plus we give you pretty much everything in your package, your total setup, which I hear, I don't go around listening to everybody, but just talking to other venues. But if you have your own look of how you want things to look and we don't have those colors,
right,
absolutely, we're going to manipulate that package so you can bring in all your own stuff, so we can get those amazing decorators and coordinators come in and do what they do best.
Definitely.
So gosh, there's so many things. I think that is, my opinion is great about Lemcado, but I get a lot of feedback from people because I'm always wanting to know, hey, we can always change. You have to be kind of,
you have to
flexible.
adapt. You have to learn. Yeah,
absolutely. And I know I say we just opened in 2019, but every year we learn something new. Just like our groom's room, we've had people say, the groom's room could be a little bigger. We are changing that.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. So, we adapt, we listen, and we make it happen.
And that is so important, as any business owner, especially in any kind of service industry. It's like you have to listen to your customers and you have to say, what are they doing? It's like we're doing the same thing all the time. We're always listening and we're always, looking at the data and go, okay, what are people booking? Everyone's booking this. No one's booking this anymore. That means that it's shifting. And like we're just always trying to keep an eye on that stuff because you have to have your ear to the ground on that.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's
Absolutely.
fantastic. Well, thank you for all of that great info, Daniella. I'd love to chat about what's it like for couples as they're looking for a venue, they're budgeting for a venue. What things should they be thinking about? What kind of price points should they be thinking about? If you want to help our couples out.
Right. Well, the biggest thing that couples should know is your venue is probably going to be your most expensive vendor on your list. Because to me, it's the most important because it's the area that you're in and what all they provide. Now, like I said before, we kind of figure out what your budget is and we kind of selectively put you in a package. Now, those packages can change. We have packages that are outside. Go ahead.
So let me just ask you, if I'm just kind of generally looking for venues and I'm like, okay, I have like what's price based on? Is it based on guest counts? Is it based on, indoor, outdoor, the services included, just kind of generally?
So it is. First off, it's all that above that you just said.
Okay.
So the packages are based on if you just want outside and how many people. And then it's based on, are you serving alcohol? Do we need to add bartenders? Do we need to add security?
Gotcha.
All those things. Because yes, we do have outdoor packages and then we have indoor packages.
And then we have both.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you rent the inside, obviously you get the outside. And it depends on guest count because obviously the more guests, the more tables, the more chairs.
Right.
That type of stuff. You can get a package here at Lemcado, around 75. And then we can do the whole entire thing, which goes up to 20. And then it just goes up for me. It's never ending.
Right.
Usually when our clients come to us, I ask, what's your budget for your venue? Because I will tell them, and I tell everybody, I'm not the cheapest one in town. I'm not the most expensive in town.
Right.
But we can manipulate things to, if you absolutely love it, but it might be a little bit on the high end for you, well, let's figure out how we can maybe meet together and get you your
Right.
dream. I mean, because ultimately, yes, it is a business and we're here to make money. Yes. I'm not going to lie about that.
Right.
But I hate to see people walk away and be sad because they can't afford it. There's certain things that we can manipulate to get within your budget. It might not be exactly everything.
Right. Yeah, there's always got to be that give and take.
Right.
And just generally, your venue, you've got bride's room, you've got groom's room, you've got indoor, you've got outdoor. So really, like, you can do the entire wedding day at your venue.
Yes. You can do it all here. And then that's when sometimes, like, budget wise, that's when maybe family and friends can get in on that vendor, because we also have a barbecue area where food can be cooking on site. So you might save a little money over here with catering because of this or that, I mean, all of our vendors that come in here, they're more than willing to help you and try to get you your beautiful day that you're dreaming of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't say that, oh, this is how it's going to work, because all our vendors, we have tons of vendors that are amazing that will help you get what you're dreaming for. We just try to help you along that way. Maybe you haven't met them and we're here. That's one thing. When you come here for a tour and we're walking around, I'm asking questions, colors, what you're thinking about food. And then when you open a folder, because we give you a folder when you come for our tours, and it has brochures, advertisement from all the vendors that we work with. You may find somebody in there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh, hey, we have a little bit more money than we thought of because we saved money on this vendor. So it's always nice.
That is great. Well, thank you for sharing about the pricing and budgeting. So as couples are trying to figure out venues, it sounds like, venues aren't $2,000, and so you need to.
Well, there are some.
Right.
There are some. So if that's your budget, don't give up.
Right. There you go. There you go. And we probably have them on our wedding vendor directory. But
yeah, exactly.
But it's all that you get what you pay for, and it's not going to be the same thing that they're getting, with you at Lemcado.
Right. Yeah. You have to compare apples to apples. And we are more than happy to, because we know we send people to other venues, if we find out what they're looking for, and we know we're not what they're looking for. If they want 100% outside, we have tons of venues that we send everybody to. And half the time we're trying to make phone calls to help them get a tour. I mean, it's great. We all work together. Yeah. All work together. And that makes the perfect. There's not enough people helping everybody in this world right now. And I think maybe we all should start doing it.
There you go. I love it. Well, Daniella, if couples connected with you and they're like, okay, let's find Lemcado, let's get in contact with Daniella and chat and see, what this is all about. How can they get in touch with you?
So they can text us, call us at 661-345-0323. They can email us at lemcado, Lemcado, at AOL.com. You can go to our website, lemcado.com. You can schedule a tour there. You can text us. We have online tech. She's amazing, Brandy. She's on it. I don't know if that girl sleeps or not. She is always on that phone. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Daniella. And then the bonus question is, in 30 seconds, can you tell us, what is the name Lemcado?
What is the name Lemcado? It's a lemon and an avocado put together. And it's basically after my grandparents. Okay. Because they have lemon and avocado ranches. So I know that it sounds weird, but there's like a lengthy story behind it. But lemon and avocado.
There you go. Now we all know.
Right?
Awesome. We'll have to come back for the lengthy story another time.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a story, and it's funny because once you know the story and you start walking around the venue, you'll start seeing the story play out too. So all the flowers. Yes, exactly.
Well, that's the teaser for part 2.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. I would love that.
There you go. Well, thank you for being on the show, Daniella. We appreciate it.
All right. You're very welcome, Josh. Thank you for having me.
If you liked today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on Apple iTunes and YouTube, where we have the video version of the show. Be sure to leave us a comment or review. Let us know what you liked, what you learned. And until next time, I'm Josh from Evermoore Films. Be sure to tune in next week for another episode of the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Show.